Hi, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my fourth graders curriculum for the school year of 2024 to 2025. So if you enjoy this type of content and other homeschool and lifestyle content, please remember to subscribe and let's get into it. All right, so this is my second video in my curriculum series that's coming out right now. So I already had my second graders, and then I will have a sixth grader and a seventh grader, and then our group work video. So you can watch for those, they'll come out pretty quickly, one after another. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you my fourth graders curriculum for this upcoming homeschool year. All right, so we're going to start with math. We're gonna keep going with the Simply Good and the Beautiful math. We really love this curriculum. It's so great. And I know he's in fourth grade, but he's on fifth grade math already. He's about halfway through this. He's not quite halfway, but he has started this already because as my kids just get to where they're ready to go to the next level, we just let them go to the next level, even if it's not a new school year. Because I don't want them to be bored, and I want them, to be challenged enough. And then if stuff's too hard, we slow it down a little bit. But he already started this book. I do not have the Math 6 yet. I didn't buy it because I'm not quite sure on the timeline of when he's gonna finish this. If he does a lot of it during the summer, because sometimes we do a lot more summer school, or my kids just like to do math during the summer, then he might finish it quicker. If not, it might be closer to maybe Christmas time, because we're only doing about a month more of school right now because of my ankle surgery. So we'll kind of have to see how it goes. But I really love the Good and the Beautiful's math. And he just still whizzes through this. Like, it's just so easy for him. And there's a few like sticking points where you might have a really hard time, but for the most part, it's just kind of a breeze for him. I'm sure at some point he'll hit like a stopping point where it takes a little bit longer for him to do math. I'm not sure when it's gonna happen, but it's bound to happen at some point, right? And then for language arts, he is doing the Good and the Beautiful's level 4 for this next year. He is finishing up level 3. I think he'll be done with it by the time we start the school year in the fall. I'm not completely sure. If not, we'll finish it up, but he'll be pretty darn close. So level 4 also comes with readers if you buy the whole kit, but my older two kids both have done level 4 recently, so I have the readers already. So I actually have 2 sets of readers, so I did not buy new readers to go with it. So this one has the workbook. So this is the course book that you just go through. And then in here, it will tell you, this is a writing workshop. And so in this book, this is the writing and spelling workshop book. It'll tell you right here, complete lesson 27. And so then he'll go here and complete the lesson. So it alternates each day, basically. One day's spelling, one day's writing. And I kind of like that. Again, I really love how they are not constantly, but every day's a little bit different. You alternate spelling with writing. It's not like you're doing spelling every single day and you're having to write big papers every single day and you're learning about geography every day. It's just a little bit here and there, which is really great because then it's not boring or overwhelming. Okay, you're constantly changing things, so you're able to be exposed to new things, but it's not so much information that you're just overwhelmed and your brain is fried. So I really like the approach of the Good and the Beautiful's language arts, and he does really well with it. So we're gonna keep with that. And then for handwriting, he'll be on level 5. He's I think he's like 2/3 through level 4. So he should finish that by the end of the summer, and then he can start on level 5, which has a lot more cursive and it's a lot smaller writing. So he'll have to be a little bit more precise in what he's writing, because sometimes right now when he writes, I'm like, what did you even write? I think when he really tries, he can write more clearly. But when he's in a rush or just trying to get things done, it's like, I can't even read this. Like, you need to go back and redo this. So we'll have to tell him to slow down and take his time and make sure everything looks legible so that it helps me out and it helps everybody out in the future. They can read his writing. All right, the next thing that he will be doing is Fix It Grammar. He is currently working on book 1. And so again, a lot of these will just depend when he finishes that one, he'll start this one. And I do have the answer key for this. I think it's with my daughter's book and stuff. So I did get the answer key because grammar is not a strong point of mine, but I do like how this is set up. I was like hesitant to add some extra things because I feel like The Good and the Beautiful with math and language arts is very comprehensive. But there's some things that I think, because I struggle with, I feel like we might need to focus on them a little bit more, because it's not something that I just naturally come through and teach them in other things in life. Like math is a strong point of mine. So when we're doing just day-to-day stuff, it's a lot easier for me to just incorporate math than it is for me to do language arts type of stuff. So we're doing this, and it's just a simple thing every day. Like, it'll have a little bit of a lesson that you can learn it, and then it has just one sentence. They go through, it gives them a vocab word, it gives them some things to mark, like nouns, articles, prepositional phrases, and then it has them fix, like something needs to be capitalized and there's not a punctuation mark and stuff like that. And then they rewrite it in the correct way down here. So it's pretty simple, and he actually has been doing really well with the other book. He just started it, I don't even know, maybe in January, and he's been doing really well. Like, he just understands that stuff really well. And then the other thing that's gonna be a little bit more, like, it is new for us and more of a like add-on to our language arts, is Wordly Wise. So Ashley from Grace and Grit really likes using this for her kids. And so I thought we'd give it a try. We might like it, we might hate it, we might be in the middle, I'm not really sure. So look for my quarterly videos, because that's where I'll talk about how we feel about it. And so we're gonna do this. I got book 4 for him. It looked like similar to grade level-ish as I was going through them. And then it's mostly like it's vocab and reading comprehension, at least from me glancing through it, stuff that I did not like doing in school because it was hard for me. And so anyways, it has like the vocab list here. It has some different activities, things that they're gonna be doing. They won't be doing crazy amounts every day. It's just a little bit, just a supplemental thing, answer key to help me out, so that I don't have to practice my reading comprehension, because that wouldn't be fun. And then a little test booklet. I'll have to see exactly how these incorporate into the lessons and how that all works out, but that's something I can talk about in the quarterly reviews once we're actually using it and I have seen it kind of function. So this is something we're trying out. We'll see how it goes. And then he will also continue doing Duolingo. He has been doing this last year, I think it was the whole year basically, Spanish for Duolingo. We used to do the Homeschool Spanish Academy, which I think is still a great program, but it just wasn't, I felt like they kind of hit a stalling point and weren't progressing as much, so we switched it up to try to help them. And Duolingo has helped a lot, especially because they have to say the words. They don't know how to spell everything, and if they don't say it correctly, then it doesn't recognize what they're saying. And so it's been really good practice for them. And we'll have to see if we add something else. Like, my husband wants to focus a little bit more on just refreshing all of the foreign languages he knows. And so maybe there'll be a little bit more of a like communication thing going on with him and our kids in Spanish or in French. My daughter's doing more French right now, so we'll see. But that's currently what he's doing. And then typing, as I have mentioned and keep mentioning, is like my nemesis. And so if you have suggestions for typing that's worked well for 4th graders, I'd love to hear them. I'm looking for anything, like any sort of resources that you've liked, and also how much you do it. Like, do you have them super intensive typing or just a little bit? Because I don't think in language arts level 4 for the Good and the Beautiful, they're doing typing on a computer. Like, I know level 5 asks them to like, oh, type up your story or something, but I don't remember if level 4 does that. So I'm not as concerned about him being as proficient at typing, but this would probably be a good year to learn if he's needing to do that next year for the Good and the Beautiful. So send me your typing resources. I would love all of them. And then the last few things he's doing is piano. He's been doing piano for several years. He went through the Let's Play Music program and has had a piano teacher for one or 2 years, 1.5, I don't know. And it's our neighbor, and she's graduating from high school and going to college. So we have a new piano teacher that my 3 kids that do piano will be going to. So we'll see how all of that goes. That transition to somebody new is sometimes really easy and sometimes not. So we'll see how that whole transition goes. And then we'll be doing our charter, which is My Tech High. I have a whole video about it. And so if I don't link it down below, comment and I'll get it for you, or you can go search my videos. I feel like it's just from a few months ago, and so you can go find it there too. But they have an exploring technology class as part of our curriculum through that charter. And so they offer some funding and you can decide what you want to do. So this last year we had some building things, some engineering type things, Cricut, and he loved designing things for the Cricut and making stuff to like go on his shirts. He made Minecraft things. Like a lot of my other kids just picked designs that were already there, whereas he sat in the program and just made all sorts of things, and it was really cool. So different things like that, they give funding. So like they paid for the Cricut, they paid for the vinyl, things like that. So we'll be doing those things or similar type things as well for that. And then they also have an elective class, which this last year we did like a PE gym class for him. So when he played rec basketball, they paid for that. And then a whole bunch of like gym supplies or PE supplies. We got like stepping stones and jump ropes and all sorts of things. So I don't know if we're gonna still do that. I could, if we decide to do a more elaborate Spanish curriculum, we could put Spanish down as an elective and they'll help pay for some of that stuff. So I still have to decide that, but that's not until like July really that those schedules have to be a little bit like solidified. So I'm not worried about it right now. So we'll see how it goes. And again, those quarterly reviews will be your friend to hear about a lot of this stuff. So that's what else he is doing. All right, so that is my 4th graders curriculum for this upcoming school year. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have suggestions for 4th grade curriculum that you've just really loved, or just homeschool curriculum in general, I'd love to hear all your suggestions. It won't only help me out, but it will help everyone else out who is watching this video. And remember to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.